Okay, we're going to start off this section 4.8b with a quick review of finding our slope from a line. So remember, to find the slope from a graph, we start left to right. We want to find 2 points and find our rise over run. So if I start here, I know my rise, I need to go up 1 to get to that next point. So my rise is 1 and my run is 1, 2, 3. So my slope, my m, is 1/3. Okay, let's look at this next one. We have our 2 points right here on our graph. To get from this first point, my rise, I'm actually going down 1. So that means my rise is -1. My run is 1. So I have -1 over 1, which just gives me a -1. So that is my slope from this graph. And remember here, the slope of a horizontal line is always 0, and the slope of a vertical line is undefined. Okay, let's look at this next section. This says that to graph a line that contains a given point and a given slope, we need to follow these 3 steps. So we are going to be given some examples where we have 1 point and a slope. So to do that, we need to graph our given point on the coordinate plane. That's our first step. Then, using the slope, use the rise and run to create a second point on the plane. Then, once we have 2 points, we can draw a line through our 2 points. So let's follow those steps and do number 3 here. So step 1 says graph the given point on the coordinate plane. So that means we want to graph this point, -2, -3. So we count left -2, 1, 2, down, it's a -3, 1, 2, 3. So this is our point, -2, -3. And our slope is 2/3. That means we are going to rise 2. So from this point, I'm going to rise 2, 1, 2. And I'm going to run, go to the right, 3, 1, 2, 3. That gives my point right here. So I'm going to erase this line. Just drawing that line so you can see where I'm counting. So you don't need to draw those lines if you're counting with your pencil. So these are our 2 points, and my last step is to draw a line through the 2 points with arrows on either end. Just like this. Okay, so let's try number 4. Step 1, graph our point. 1, 0. My x is 1, my y is 0, so I'm not going up or down. It's just right here. Now my slope is 2. Remember, when I have a whole number like that, it is the same thing as 2 over 1. 2 divided by 1 gives me 2. So now I can see what my rise and my run are. I have a rise of 2 and a run of 1. Start at my point, I count up 2, 1, 2, and then to the right 1. So this is my point here, and then my last step, draw a line that connects the 2 points. Just like this. Except a little straighter than that. Let's try that again. Okay. One more example here. Our first point that we're going to graph is -3, 1. Start at the origin, -3 in the x, 1, 2, 3. 1 in the positive y. This is my point. And then my slope this time is a negative 3 over 2. So that means that my rise is negative. My rise is negative, that means I'm really going down instead of up. So I want to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and then run of 2, 1, 2. This is my point here. Connect my 2 points with a line and 2 arrows. Okay, my next example, I have my first point, 1, 2. So I'm going to start the origin. X is positive 1, so I go right 1. And then Y is positive 2, up 2. So here's my point. And this time my slope is 0. Remember, a 0 slope always has a horizontal line. So if I have a horizontal line, I can take that point and draw a line straight across. And there's my graph. Same thing for number 7. I have my first point, negative 2, 2. So I go left 2, up 2. And this time M is undefined. So that means I have a vertical line. That's not how you spell vertical. Let's try that again. Vertical means up and down, so I can take my point and draw a line straight up and down. And there's my answer for number 7. Okay, number 8. We talked about this in our last section. What is the slope of the line that passes through negative 5, 2 and 4, 7? So we need to use our slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to write my points here. I have x1, y1, and x2, y2. So I can plug those in. I get y2 is negative 7, y1 is 2, x2 is 4, and x1 is negative 5. So negative 7 minus 2 gives me negative 9. And 4 minus a negative 5 gives me 9. Negative 9 divided by 9 equals negative 1. That is my slope. Okay, last question. What is the slope of the given line on the coordinates plane below? When I have 2 points marked on my plane, all I need to do is count my rise over my run. So in this case, my rise, I'm going down, so that means it's going to be negative. And I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. So I'm going down 8. And then I'm going over 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 8 divided by 4 gives me negative 2. And that is my answer for my slope.